Hi, this is not an unboxing video. It's more just to explain my experiences with Google Wi-Fi and some of the things that weren't necessarily documented real well. Um, Love the product. Again, so for those of you that want to know why you would use a Google Wi-Fi, it creates this mesh network. So the advantage of a mesh network is if you have a big house and you have a Wi-Fi router in the basement and you don't get it on your second floor well, your Wi-Fi connection's poor, basically you can put an access point in your basement, your first floor, your second floor, and you'll get extremely good coverage of Wi-Fi throughout your house. One of the extreme advantages of this mesh technology is that you'll end up with one Wi-Fi network, one SID, versus if you've tried to do this before using multiple access points, it's a little frustrating because you'll end up with like basement network, first floor network, second floor network, and nothing, the devices don't switch between them. With this mesh technology, the devices know to attach themselves to the access point that has the strongest signal. So it's a wonderful technology. It really simplifies things, and it will take all the frustration out of using Wi-Fi for you. So if you have a large home and get horrible Wi-Fi in some parts of the house, that's exactly what the Google Wi-Fi is intended to fix, and it does. So for the non-technically minded people, it's just a wonderful technology, and it will solve most of your problems. So for those of you that are a little more technically inclined, here's some other information for you. So I'm a Verizon 5 subscriber. I have phone, internet, and TV. As such, I have to use the Verizon router. I can't not use it. So in my configuration, when I set up the Wi-Fi network, you do it just like the unboxing says. Do it all wirelessly, get the main puck set up, then the second and third puck set up, and you get the Wi-Fi mesh network set up. Everything works great. And you plug in from the Verizon router into that the first Google access point that you set up. It works great. Well, so now what that does is that your Verizon router, let's say, is going to have an IP address of 192.168.1.1. So you're going to have that subnet in your home, as you probably already do today. The issue is when you hook the Google network up, it creates a new network. You can't change it. It's 192.168.86. So the first one is 192.168.86.1, 2, 3, and then it uses the rest of the addresses in that subnet. Not a problem for the most part. You just need to know that. Now, for those of you, that creates in essence two networks in your home. So if you have maybe, what I would highly recommend is the only connection from your Verizon router to the Google network is the only connection I would use off the Verizon router. I wouldn't use any of the other ports because they're going to be on a different network than the rest of the Google network. What I would highly recommend is buy a gigabit switch, and it must be a gigabit switch or you'll have performance degradation. Hook a gigabit switch up to the Google Wi-Fi, and you can extend the network that way if you want to have hardwired things, and don't use any of the other connections off of the Verizon router. Their support, which I called, is very good. It's all onshore support. They answer 24 hours a day. It's very, very good support. Very happy with it. I called just because some things weren't explained well in the documentation. It's still real new. For instance, if you're going to want to hardwire the access points together, you have to do that after you get all the Wi-Fi set up. So once you get everything, the three devices set up wirelessly, then you can go from that gigabit switch into the other two access points, and then you will have the best performance possible. So if you can hardwire the devices together, I recommend it because it's just going to be much better performance. Not necessary, but if you can hardwire them off of that gigabit switch, it's going to be you're going to be experiencing the fastest speed possible. Love the device, works great, makes everything simple. I highly recommend it.